Hey everyone, how's your reading going? So another day, another video. Well, actually it's the same day as the last video. I'm just trying to do a few all at once, and I'll release them, a bit here, a bit there. I have a few parcels I'm going to open up. I'm not going to say very much about any of them in particular, but I'll just open them up. Unboxing day. Still having problems with my lights, the top light, so I'm still experimenting with my ring light, and you can see that. Where can you see that? There we go, in my glasses, the reflection in my glasses. That sounds like a murder mystery. The reflection in her glasses. I'm not giving anyone any ideas, I promise, but if you want to use that as the title of a book, feel free. I do not even consider writing murder mysteries or any type of detective books. So this one, that's this one. One of the stalls at the Book Fair Australia earlier this month, seems like an age ago, but it's not really. It's only about 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Oh, we're in December already. It's over a month ago. I don't know what the time is doing to me at the moment. So anyway, one of the stalls was a publishing stall. They're trying to make themselves known as big time publishers, and I thought I would talk to them about my book, especially as they suggested it. So I had a nice half-an-hour chat with the man. His name is David. I think it was David. I didn't actually speak to David at the stall. I spoke to 2 young ladies whose names I forget, and they were lovely. And so when I spoke to him on the phone, he said, "I'll send you our book." So they did, and I will read that. I will probably actually read it very soon. It won't even make it to my to-be-read pile. It's very short, being 72 pages with endnotes, so that will be useful. And whether or not I am published by them is not this year's decision. Okay, this is a book, and I've just dropped my microphone. Have I got my microphone turned on? Let me just check. That would be embarrassing. Yes, I have my microphone turned on. So that was just my microphone dropping and shaking the camera and making everyone seasick. I'm sorry about that. So this book. Okay. Some time ago on my blog, I raved about a book about Henrietta Lacks. So the book was called The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks. It was by Rebecca Skloot, who's a journalist, and I love journalistic work. They're so good at their work. They write really good books. And Henrietta Lacks was a black woman. I say black, I'm not meant to say black, I meant to say a person of colour. But she's black, I'm white, and she's amazing. Let me go back and tell you a bit more about her and why she had a whole book written about her. So back in the 50s, when she was young, she got cancer, and she eventually went to the Johns Hopkins Hospital. I forget where the S's are. It was a hospital specifically for people of her caliber, her colour, her demographic in, I think, colour and finances. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what it was for. And while she was there, the doctor took some of her cells without asking permission. So basically he stole her cells, and then her cells went on to become famous, because before then they could keep cells alive for, I think, 24 hours. But hers went on for days and days and more days, and then months and months, and continued on. And they used her cells for scientific medical research. And from that came the polio vaccine. So that's in the 1950s, when the polio was horrible. If you want a book about polio, about someone actually having polio, I Can Jump Puddles by Alan Marshall. That shows what it was really like, because he had it when he was very young, and his legs, he could no longer use his legs. So that is the first chapter of his story, and it's so good. Set in Australia. I don't know why it's set in Australia, possibly because he's Australian. So, sorry about that. I think I've just wobbled the camera, the phone. I should pay more attention to what I'm doing with my microphone. Oh, there it goes again. So anyway, so there's been an enormous fury about what was done to Henrietta Lacks. I mean, she died without ever knowing that her cells were special. And the book, The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks, talks about all of this. So it's three stories. One, the story of Henrietta Lacks herself, and I want to say her name as many times as possible. I am jolting the camera. I want to say her name as many times as possible, because I don't feel I feel that she should never be forgotten. So it tells her story. It tells the story of her cells, and also her cells, which are called HeLa. That's HeLa. If you're a medical person, you might have heard of her, and if you haven't, well, shame on you. I don't normally say things like that. I'm sorry. And the third part of the story is the search for Henrietta and her family, because they have been jaded, they have been burnt far too many times by the medical profession, by white people, and they were very unwilling to talk to Rebecca Sloot because she's white. But she persisted, and then we got the story of Henrietta. So this springs from that. This is written by the oldest grandson of Henrietta. The oldest grandson. And when I saw this, I said, I absolutely must have a copy of this book. And eventually I bought it. Not in time for my book club. This came a little bit too late, about a week and a half after my book club. But, you know, I'm going to read it anyway, because I really want to read it. I want to find out more about the person. Oh, it's nice big print. Oh. So, as I said, I want to find more about the person herself. And I feel that her grandson, although he never met her, because she died when her kids were still very young, I feel her grandson probably has a very good perspective. So that will be interesting. And I will lend it, I've got someone, I will lend it to her, and she will lend it in turn to her daughter, who works in medical ethics. So that will be interesting. Now I've got two more parcels. This one, which for some reason has a sticker over my name and address. So how it got here is beyond me. Okay. So how do I open it? It's been very firmly stuck down. Very firmly stuck down. Put down my knife. Oh, hang on, pick up my knife again. So this again is a book. Ah, here we go, this will work. And the story behind the reason why I bought this book, 10, 15 years ago, maybe. I'm really not sure. I don't remember offhand. Oh, wow, they put it in another, oh, excuse me, a plastic satchel, which could have just sent it in this, but of course there's no wrapping on there. So anyway, I don't know, somewhere between 10 and 15 years ago, I was talking to a man. He said, oh, you like books. You should read the book called Stateless by Anna Kostoff and Anna Bilborough. But he said to me, it's really hard to find. It's out of, I don't think he said it's out of print, but it's really hard to find. And he was right. Because I put a search, saved a search to eBay about the same time he told me, a couple of weeks, that day, a week, I don't know, sometime later. And in that time frame, 2 of them have come up on eBay. eBay, not Facebook. The first one, I didn't have the cash at the time to buy it. This one, when I saw it at $50, I said, yep, that is mine, thank you very much. Now I can cancel that search because I think I only really need 1 copy. So he's right about it being rare. If only 2 copies in the last, let's call it 10 years. So it's the story of a woman who, with her young family, fled persecution in Bolshevik Russia and travelled without a country and without a home for thousands of miles in over 20 years. Wow. Okay, there's Second World War is in there. That will be interesting. And the last parcel, which I'm going to be careful how I open it because it didn't come to my P.O. box, has gotten very little to do with books. And I can turn it that way and do that. Of course, it may be easier with scissors. And here I've got them very handy right here. Okay. So, you might notice my t-shirt. My t-shirt says The Goodies. And if you're not familiar with The Goodies, well, we're talking 1970s British television humour. Absolutely hysterical. The Goodies, made up of Tim Brooke Taylor, Bill Oddie and Graham Garden. Tim Brooke Taylor died during COVID, but he wasn't young, so I'll forgive him. Although he was a very clever man. Very, very funny. Graham Garden is actually a qualified doctor, and yet he did a lot of writing for The Goodies, and Bill Oddie is also a twitcher, so he watches birds. And he's an enormously funny man, enormously clever. He wrote a lot of the music for The Goodies. And I've read one of his books, which had me in tears. Maybe I should actually pick it up and talk about it on camera one day, but not today. But anyway, my Goodies t-shirt is not official, as far as I know, even though it's got the traditional... You can see the font that's been used. I'll just see if I can turn around and show you the back. It says anywhere, anytime, I think. I never see the back. So that's the question. Can you see this? I don't know. I think I've rocked the boat again. And so this is made by the Goodies Melbourne or Australian fan club, of which I have been an unofficial member. I have no idea how to become an official member, but I have been an unofficial member for some years. And I got this t-shirt via mail order before it was common to buy stuff via the internet. And I've had it for a long time, and I'm very excited, but it's got holes, and it was never this dull red. It was always a really vibrant red. It's not anymore, because it's old. So... What's the light doing? Hope you're okay watching this video. My light is really not too good today. So I bought some t-shirts that they have decided to put out. This is the last lot. I don't think the fan club are putting out any more t-shirts. But I've got this one, which is a design, I believe, drawn by Graham Garden himself. That looks too big. Oh well. And on the back it says, anything, anytime. There we go. And my other one, and I'm very excited that they're not black. My other one is just like the one I'm wearing, but yellow with red print and new. So I will wash those and they will get worn and I will be very happy, because this one, as I said, it's got holes and it's very faded. A bit like I feel at the moment, a bit faded. If you haven't watched the Goodies, see if you can. They were very with it at the time, very ahead with it. Actually, no, they were ahead of their time. They poked fun at things of the day, and they were very clever, very funny. Their apartheid episode, I'm not certain you could actually put it on today, but they poked fun at apartheid and basically said apartheid is a terrible thing. Long before most people were doing it. So they did a very good job there. I've watched it. There are other episodes I have watched and I have laughed all the way through. It's very hard on the muscles when you're laughing so much. It hurts a lot. And I think I've been talking too much. So, I was meant to say something else and I've completely forgotten. So I will wear that with pride. I will wear those with joy. And when the odd person stops me and says, "Ah, the Goodies, I remember them," we will have this odd moment, special moment, not odd, special moment. Odd is being in a positive way. A special moment of togetherness, knowing that we have both watched the same thing. In the, I don't know, 10 years or whatever since I've been wearing this, it's only happened a half a dozen times, which I find odd because the Goodies are excellent. They came into Australia, the episodes were censored in Australia. So when I discovered it was on DVD, I bought the ones from the UK region rather than the Australian region, because I did not want the censoring. And looking at them, I don't remember. The 70s, it's a long time ago. I do not remember what was actually on that time. And I think they should be watched more. That is what I think. People need more joy in their lives. So, on that note, it's almost 18 minutes. It's a bit long. I've opened all my mail. I have no more mail. Lots of books to pick up and talk about, but no more mail. So I will talk to you in another video. It's been great being here with you. Subscribe down below or not, as you choose, your choice. I'll talk to you another time. Bye.